When you say yes to everything, you might be saying no to yourself, to your dreams, to your priorities, and to your life, basically. In many situations, this can happen, and you might not let the others down, but and then you are letting yourself down. So that's something to think about it.
Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I'm Dania Hamdan. I write articles about parenting, motherhood, and education on my blog called Be.
Hello everyone, I'm Raquel Lisboas, and I'm a self-development specialist who helps mothers to go back to their career feeling more confident and being more productive without guilt.
Have you ever felt like saying no was letting someone down? Your no would let someone else down, and that's why you would not tell no to them?
Yes, 100 or maybe million times. Definitely it happened to me a lot. And especially when you are still, let's call it in a category that it's the category of people's pleaser. So you want to please everybody, you want everybody to be happy, you want everybody to like you. And then it's very likely that when you say no, you will have this fear of letting people down. I definitely felt like this so many times. But you have to remember one thing, actually a couple of things. First of all, we will never please everybody. There will always be someone who will be not fully satisfied with something that you do, regardless if you say yes or no. You can't just make the entire world happy. And the other thing is you have to remember that when you say yes to everything, you might be saying no to yourself, to your dreams, to your priorities, and to your life, basically. In many situations, this can happen, and you might not let the others down, but and then you are letting yourself down. So that's something to think about it.
And sometimes also the fact that we don't say no to someone because we are afraid of letting them down or something. Sometimes we're even our no might be a reason why they don't improve into something, for example, because we will do it for them.
Exactly.
So they will stay in, with the skills or in the situation where they are because there is someone else that will do it for them. So we're actually, it seems that we're not letting them down if we say no, but we're actually okay. They might not feel down, but
in a way,
we're not giving a good contribution to their lives,
Exactly. And this is a very precious point, and thank you that you brought this up, because this is something that we have to consider. So first of all, let me tell you something. We have to understand that we teach people how they should treat us, or we teach people how they should behave also towards us, and what we tolerate, what we don't tolerate. We teach people how they should respect us and what are the boundaries, what are what is the limit until where they can go. And this is one example of that. There are two ways here. So when one person comes to you, let's say it in a work environment, for example, this person comes to you every time by 5:55 and you have to leave at 6 o'clock. And this person always comes to you saying, no, please, it's urgent and I need your help. You are the only person doing this so right. You always help me. And then you don't want to let that person down. You feel bad and you want to help, and you help that person. But unconsciously, you are teaching that person that this person can rely on you all the time in these situations. And this person will never learn if you keep on doing like this. So as you said, you are not really contributing to that person's development, to that person to manage better their task, their time management, and so on. And many times these emergencies that comes like this in this situation that I gave, it is related to, not always, but many times it can be related to a poor time management and prioritizing tasks. So when you do this all the time, you are actually reinforcing this behavior on the person. So you reinforce to this person, and you also reinforce the fact that you are always available and this person can rely on you on that situation. So you teach how this person behaves towards you, and you reinforce that negative behavior. For me, there was a time in my life where I didn't know how to say no. I say yes to everything, and I was a people's pleaser, as I said here before. So yeah, I used to be extremely overwhelmed at work, at my personal life, and this was one of the reasons. And I'll give you one example. When I used to work one of big companies out there, and the lady who used to work before me, she was in my position. She was a master in saying no. She was very strict. Yeah. So she taught the colleagues, how they should behave. But and then it comes Raquel. Then they know me. Yes. They came to know me and they saw my flexibility and they were like, So they were trained before by her, very well trained. But and then I came and I didn't know how to say no. I accept everything. At the end, it happened that I was extremely stressed. I was extremely overwhelmed, and I prioritized everyone over my own job. And it came to a point that I had a crisis even of stress. And I remember this lady, she was still working in the company, and she came so many times to me saying, like, Raquel, no, you have to say no. Did you see, before it was working, they knew they shouldn't come to me because I wouldn't do it. But now they know that you will do it. And then now they will rely on this. And then unfortunately, I learned on the hard way. And by the way, I think it's a way harder to change once they are already used to it.
Yeah, definitely.
But I had no choice. I needed to do.
I mean, there are, of course, reasons why some people find it hard to say no, or we're not going to dig into this now. But for now, just learn to say no in a kind way or polite way. I mean, saying no does not mean that you're rude or that you're impolite. You can say it in a polite way.
Of course, yeah. And I was even talking to someone yesterday about this, because people, they often confuse this. They confuse, for example, saying no, it means that you are rude. You don't have to be rude. You can be respectful. You can be kind, but you can say your no. Also, like some people, they say, I'm honest, so I say whatever I want. It's just because I'm honest. It's not exactly that. I mean, you can be honest and you can still be polite. You can still be kind. So choose the words, choose how you're gonna say your no in a respectful way. It doesn't need to be rude. But regarding also, like, about the story that I was saying, I find that when you change your behavior and you start to say no, people, they will initially get shocked. And I want to tell this to people, if you're gonna change your behavior, the people who are used to hear your yes all the time, they will feel shocked initially by you saying no. They wait a minute, what happened here?
It's like they had the right.
Yeah, exactly. But here it's when you have to be really convinced about what you're doing, about what you want, and about your choices. And I know this may feel scary in the beginning, may feel hard, but trust me, it's also a muscle that we train, as we said in the last episode. This is also a muscle that we train. As more you train, it's better that you get. And it's not that you're gonna say no to everything. Also, you will reach eventually to a balance. It's about prioritizing, seeing what you can do and what you can't. Yeah. And I believe one of the positive things that the no brings, learning how to say no brings, and it may feel scary to some people, but see it in a good way, that this may filter some relationships, some friendships, because that's really the moment when you see people, do they respect you, or you are just useful to them? Because many people will have you around just because you are useful to them. And when I started to say my no's there in that company that I used to work for, the things changed a lot. And I could see really the people who respected me, the people who were my genuine, friendly colleagues, and the people who were just basically using me. So if you are afraid of saying no, that the people won't like you, maybe saying yes, it doesn't mean that they like you.
Yeah.
It might mean that they're using you, or you are just useful to this person.
But what if people think that I'm selfish?
Okay, here it goes two things. One, of course, it's important that we care about the other people and that we act in a way to respect others, we respect others' opinion. But first of all, I think we should be careful on how much do we care for what other people think, first of all. But we can go deeper on this in another moment, maybe. And the other thing is, I will answer with another question. So, what do you think about a person who wants you to give up on your dreams, to give up on your goals, on your priorities, on your life? I think that sounds a little bit more selfish than the person who is saying no. So I believe it's more, if we are talking about selfishness would lie more into the person who is expecting you to give up on all your things to please me, to say yes to me, and prioritize what I want now. I think if we have to talk about selfishness, we can reframe that way.
And the thing is that even if people think that you're selfish, also I mean, what I think is that it's not your problem what the other would think of you. Of course, you try to behave with good manners and everything, but there is always going to be someone who's going to dislike you.
Exactly.
You know, for, let's say, even for religious people, let's say Jesus, not everyone liked Jesus, although he was the most loving and everything positive that you can put in him. But not everyone liked him. They tried to kill him. I mean,
yes, exactly. So, imagine if that person didn't please everyone, and not everyone was satisfied with.
Imagine you and me,
exactly.
common people. I mean, with our flaws and everything. Of course, someone's going to dislike us, and it's fine.
It's okay.
I mean, it's okay. It's normal.
And I think that's something we have to make peace with it. You know, like not everyone will like us, and it's okay. You know, and just stand in your behavior of being, of course, respectful. You will never cross the line of respect. That's what we aim for. And then, okay, like people will like you or not. There are even studies behind this, but people respect much more a person who eventually says no. You know, because when I ask you something and I know that you are a person who says yes and no sometimes, I know that if you say yes, it's a genuine yes. And when you say no, it's because you really can't. So I respect you. And when I come to you, I know that the answer is going to be an honest answer. But if I come to you and I know that you say yes to everything, to everyone, all the time, you might feel like, you know, you're not so sure about that answer. So this builds respect also in front of other people. People will actually tend to respect and trust you much more. It's a different, how do I say it? I don't like this word impose, but I'm gonna use it in a way like you impose yourself, you know, in front of others. One more thing I wanted to say about this is I often have friends who struggle to say no, and then when I ask them something, let's say, you know, Dania, I'm gonna do a barbecue this weekend. Can you come and help me? And I know that you struggle to say no, and then you are like, yes, okay, yeah, okay, I know. I go, sorry. And then, but in deep inside of you, you think, okay, is she really coming because she wants or not? And then you ask the person again, you know. So it's also, as I said, like you are not so sure about
becomes a
that
bit
answer.
awkward.
Yes.
And also that you don't want to be a burden on someone.
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
if they don't know how to say no. Of course, some people have the sensibility to say, okay, don't want to be a burden. Maybe I want to put this on their shoulders. Other people won't care about it, and they would just do it because it's more comfortable for them.
Yeah, of course. And I think one thing important here that we have to talk about it's when we learn how to say no, it's not only about the person who says the no, but let's also talk about the person who receives the no. Because I see here that often there is a kind of a problem in both. One person struggles to say no, but and then eventually this person is practicing, it's saying no, but the other side doesn't accept the no. So I think it's a two-way exercise. We should also teach ourselves to accept the no, you know? And when we are practicing and we saying the no, it's important to remember no, it's a complete word. You don't have to be justifying yourself so much, okay? In the beginning, it may be hard, and then you may have the urge to explain yourself, and it's okay, do it. And if you think it's important, do it. But as more as you explain yourself, as more you give room to the other person to say something and find ways for you. So no should be a complete word. No, it's a no. And how do we deal with these people who are very insistent? They keep on pushing you. I always say, like, try the broken record technique. And I don't know if you, I mean, the record, okay, that reveals my age, I think, because, okay, there are the records, right, that you play there, and it turns, and then there is this needle that it plays the music there. So when a record is scratched, you play this, and it's gonna be repeating because it's scratched, so the needle doesn't go. Okay, that sounds really old.
Okay, I did not know the technique. I know the object, but I don't know the technique.
People, if you don't know that, go and Google it. What is a record and what is a broken record? But yeah, I just gave the explanation. So basically, this thing will be repeating until you go there and you change. So you do the same. The person is insisting, no, come. Say, no, I can't. No, I can't. I already said I can't. No, I'm sorry, I can't. Thank you. And if this person keeps on going, insisting, then change the topic. I already told you I can't. I won't be able to come. But you know what? The weather today was so good. I think I'm going for a walk. And then you change the topic. That person, normally this works really good, you know? So try this technique. It helps you. One thing I want to advise is for the people, don't lie. You know, I think a lie never ends good. Like, for example, you can't because, don't know, you have another commitment. Don't say like, I can't because I'm sick, you know, if you are not sick. Then I don't advise you that. Like, say the things that are truth. And this also show respect to the other person. And we don't want, let's say the other person find out, you lose respect there as well. So let's not
do
into that.
And in general, lying is something that it makes our brain, it changes our brain in a way, because lying means to escape away from a situation that you don't want to face.
Yes.
So you basically, you train yourself to escape away from situations instead of facing them, saying the truth. You take the consequences that are going to build you at the end. They're not a threat or anything.
That's so
but
true.
yeah, lying means just to escape it, taking the shortcuts that will actually bring you to a worse situation instead of better.
Absolutely. Yes, that's so true. And remember, it's important to take one side, either the yes or either the no, because then when you lie, you are somehow there in between. You think you are saying the no, you lie, but it might take you to a worse direction, as you said. And also, some people, sometimes they say like, you know what, let's see, you know, I don't know, I will get back to you. And then you never get back to that person, and you didn't say a yes and you didn't say a no. So you basically just escaped. Also, don't do that, because and then also this will crush your credibility, and it's also respect towards the other person. Every yes that you say that deep inside you wanted to say a no, that might be sacrificing your health, your family time, your mental health, and so many other things, even your dreams. So just be careful on that, and don't be afraid. Start small, try maybe, okay, every day I'm gonna say a no, one no, one no. Start with one no to one thing that you don't necessarily need to do or that you don't want to do. Try from there. And as I said, this is like a muscle that we train. As more as you do, as more confident you're gonna feel, as easier it's gonna be. So don't be scared and just start. And after you start practicing, try to track, see like, okay, I said a no now. So did the word end? Did someone die? Most likely not. So, and then you can carry on saying your no's when it's needed. And if you feel proud of yourself, because you actually should feel proud of yourself, because I understand it's something that is not so easy for many of us. So I think I see this as an achievement. So reward yourself. You were able to say a no, so reward yourself. And one thing also to make it easier for you, because I understand that many people will feel guilty afterwards, not only the fact of saying no, but it's the afterwards effect of feeling guilty. So think that the no that you're saying, it's not to your friend, it's not to the person. The no you were saying, it's to the situation, it's to the task, it's to that specific thing. But your friendship, your relationship with the person remains the same, and the word will not end there. And if the person is truly your friend, if this person respects you, if this person likes you genuinely, then your no won't mean something that will compromise your friendship. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Today we spoke about the importance of saying no. If you think that someone will benefit from this episode, share it with this person. Like the episode. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it. Oh, and one more thing. Check it out, the description of this video. There will be a link that will lead you to one form where you can apply for a free session one-to-one online with me, and we can talk much more about it. I will see you soon. Take care.